Happy Prime Day 2. You guys, in recent years, Amazon has really been listening and saying, okay, let's step up the beauty. And I feel like these deals, I have made a list here. They are so good. I wanted to make a dedicated video. So everything here, I mean, 30%, 40%, 47% off. Like there are so many good deals. So I will have everything linked in the description bar and comment section. I'll have a QR code up on screen for you to scan if you want to shop that way. Click the subscribe button and come back tomorrow because I'm covering the sale all 4 days, but we'll jump right into the beauty. This Vegamour serum is 30% off. So right now, right around $45. It's over $60 generally. Now they can choose to change the sale info after the sale goes live. Sometimes they'll add even a little additional lightning deal on there, and that goes for everything in here. But I do believe that that's kind of like a firm $45. So just use this as a guide. But there are 5,000 reviews on this hair serum. I personally have used it and love it because not only does it promote growth, but it actually prevents shedding. And I just feel like I've used so many different hair oils and grow serums, and this is the only one that seems a little bit more water-based, so your hair doesn't feel or look like a grease ball after you use it. So it makes me comfortable enough to use every day. And in 3 weeks of consistent use, it took a little bald spot that I had from like continuous pulling right at my roots and made it disappear. The second product is the Olaplex bonding oil. So I did actually want to bring this out here because the very first time I bought this, it genuinely shocked me. But I think what's even more shocking is it took me about 14 months before I was actually through that bottle. This is tiny but mighty. And again, 30% off. So right around the $23 mark, over 60,000 reviews. That's another thing. There are so many things in this video that have thousands and thousands of views. And I think I like Olaplex because it is one I'm comfortable putting in my oily hair every single day, and it's not going to make it look more oily. It's just going to add a little bit of shine, help make it soft, but again, not make it look or feel dirty. I also brought my little skincare bag out here so that I could show you guys. I use this consistently. The GrandeLash MD Lash Enhancing Serum. They also have a brow serum that I've used, and they have a sensitive formula. I believe all of them are on a deal, but this one is 47% off. Right around $36, you guys. It has 58,000 reviews. I mean, it is just the best eyelash serum. I will say you need to use it for about 6 weeks daily to see the results. And then after that, you'll be completely sold. And then you can choose to either get a bigger bottle and stick with it daily or go every other day. I use mine every single day, and I feel like it just makes my lashes look so long. And I love how thick they are and that they don't fall out. I feel like my lashes used to fall out a lot more. If you like a talc-free dry shampoo that also smells good, this Amika one is 40% off. I love the designs and the smell of all of their products, but this one sits around $22 now on the sale and has over 20,000 reviews. I do think this one is a little bit more white and powdery than some others out there, so maybe that is like what you get with a talc-free dry shampoo, but if that is an important ingredient to not be included to you, then I definitely encourage this one because it is a really good dry shampoo on its own. We also have the Ionic curling iron, which is this black one, and I want to make sure that I showed you guys so that you could really see both of these. This is the base right here of these curling irons. This is the extra long barrel. You can see how much longer it is, and I feel like it's just so soft and glides through your hair really easily. I have their straightener too, and I definitely feel like my hair stays straighter longer without needing touch-ups when I use that one. Plus it has a little feature on it for like a vibration straightening setting. So I will also include the straightener under that same number 5 below for you guys. My hairdresser, that's actually all she uses, is the Ionic stuff. She raves about it. And currently 30% off with 4,000 reviews, so right around the $120 mark, but hopefully it's a little less because I have seen it for a little less more, so we'll cross our fingers until it's a lightning deal there. Then we have the L'Occitane Almond Oil. You guys, this is a top seller every year, and I so encourage you to get it if you have seen it and been like, it's just a shower oil, why is it so expensive? This is really the time to stock up. So 20% off, it's now 23. I do believe that's for the smallest bottle. 17,000 reviews. This stuff lasts so long. And I thought I was using it wrong because it was lasting me for so long until I started talking to other people about it. And they were like, no, it really does last for an eternity. It just makes your skin feel so hydrated and soft without feeling like greasy and oily. And again, you use it in the shower. So it's just the best, most luxurious product ever. Then we have the Tarte Shape Tape at 40% off, so now $20. That was the concealer that I used for my wedding day, and I would never put anything up against it for an event like that. Again, I would just say it's Tarte Shape Tape or nothing, because it is genuinely the best, thickest, long-wearing concealer on the market that I think doesn't have creases, like it doesn't make creases in your eyes, but for day to day, it is a lot. I just don't prefer that kind of coverage anymore, but for my wedding day or a formal event or any kind of nice, like I'm getting pictures made, it is always and forever going to be Tarte Shape Tape. So 40% off, right around $20 and 15,000 reviews. I wore my wedding makeup for about, I think it was like 20 plus hours. My mom wore hers for over 24 hours and our makeup looked fantastic all day. Into another Tarte product, number 8, the Tarte Tubing Mascara. I have fallen in love with Tarte Tubing Mascara. If you don't know what that is, it like comes off in pieces, so it doesn't like, if you see someone who has like running mascara lines down their face when they cry, that is not a tubing mascara. Tubing literally just like comes off in little pieces and it wipes away, and I feel like it's just easier to like on your lashes. It's not as harsh. Also, you don't have like raccoon eyes. Sitting at 40% off now, it is $17, has 4,000 reviews, and this is one of the only mascaras that I use anymore, and I usually use this exact sale to stock up on them because $17 is such a good price for their mascara. Going back to my bag here, the Laneige Lip Sleep Mask. If you have followed me for any period of time, you know since I was pregnant with my first baby in 2021, this is what I used because oddly enough, my lips got super dry. The bottom of my nose and my eyelids were painfully cracked from dryness. There was like nothing I could do. And one night I was just so desperate. I literally took the Laneige sleep mask and like rubbed it all over. That was the first time I felt relief. And it was just like so gentle on my skin. It didn't burn. So it is incredibly hydrating. And I love to tell that story because this is literally the only thing I have used on my lips since 2021. 25% off now, $18, 7,000 reviews. You're gonna get at minimum 6 months out of this. Minimum. I don't think I've ever gone through one of these even in a 6-month time frame, probably closer to 8 because the smallest amount goes a really long way. The Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Liner is so soft. I love all of the colors on there. The rose one, I will put whichever one I like tend to buy a lot of. It's like rose something, and I think has also gone viral. 40% off now, it is $14. Again, Tarte products are so good, and this is definitely a chance to stock up on them. Number 11 would actually be, so I'm gonna eat my words here when I say this, the Tatcha Serum Stick is actually Botox in a bottle. And I've always been so hesitant to use that because Botox prevents your muscles from moving. It has nothing to do with like the actual wrinkles. It's just like not gonna let those move. So when someone says, oh, it's Botox in a bottle, I'm like, nothing can make your face freeze like Botox. But at the same time, this literally is like taking an eraser to your wrinkles. So I will give this one a pass. 30% off, so it is $34 right now and has 2,000 reviews. Now I will say, definitely a little bit more on the oily side. I see some people who are like, oh, I love to use this on my under eyes. Like definitely older women who like maybe need a lot more hydration on their under eyes or have dry skin just in general, no matter what age you are. I do see them say like, oh, I can use this under my makeup or as a hydrator, you know, whatever they choose to use it for. For me, this is nighttime only. Living Proof Dry Shampoo. So 29% off, so it's $24, 14,000 reviews. I do know that they usually put a few different size options on this sale, and they also have their regular dry shampoo and the advanced clean. I think the sale price kind of changes depending on what kind you get, so definitely check out. But again, like this is the time, I can't stop saying it, this is the time to stock up on those products that are a little bit more expensive. I do want to say though, Living Proof Dry Shampoo lasts me like 3 months. I don't ever use dry shampoo. Like I don't use it daily anymore. My hair just grows so much faster without it. It looks and feels healthier. So maybe 2 to 3 times a week, max. I would say more towards the 2 times a week. And I will get at minimum 3 months of use out of a bottle. So $24 is not bad. And then we have the Kopari Sheer Body Mist. So they have SPF 42 and SPF 50. This was $39, it's 40% off now, making it $23. And this actually went viral. And I felt so silly. So they did send this to me and I was like seeing it go viral and I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited to use it. But ADHD me stuck it in a drawer and forgot all about it. Well, so one day I was running outside with the kids and I was like, okay, we're just gonna like put on some SPF real quick. And I grabbed this. This is the 42. It says broad spectrum UVA, UVB, 80-minute sweat and water resistant. Not only does it give your skin the most gorgeous glow, I literally did not get burned. And I like didn't have a chance to touch up, and I'm religious about my SPF use. This was definitely not my best day. I was shook at how well just one little spritz of that had me totally protected, but it also kind of worked as like a skin glow. So I fully understand why that went viral. And again, was $39, now $23. Number 14, the Kopari Sunglaze Sheer Setting Mist. Now this one comes out of the bottle and you're like, great, I just ruined my makeup because it looks so shiny. Like I don't think you guys are gonna be able to see on camera just like how much shine is in here, but let it rest. I promise it will not be that glowy. Now it does add extra glow, but it's not that intense. So this one is also 40% off. It was $34, now $20, 2021. I will say, I've only seen this go viral, and while I love it because it did a good job, I actually think of the two, this one's a little bit more my fave. You can see I've definitely been using this. Now we have my baby, the Mighty Patch. I have definitely gotten my acne under control. Skincare and beauty products are something I take, I think, more serious than anything else in my routine. So I always have extra of these on hand, and I even carry some in my purse just in case I like have a breakout that I won't quit messing with. But if you've ever heard me share the story, I share it every time. My sister-in-law got her period right before her wedding, and she was like, look at this massive bump on my skin. Are you kidding? And she has glass skin usually, so I mean, it was huge. And I was like, stop. Let me go get you my pimple patches, go home, put it on. And this was the night before her wedding. She went home, washed off her makeup, and put one of these on. I told her the next morning, you wake up, wash your face again, and put on a fresh patch. Leave it on until it is time to do your makeup. By the time that girl walked down the aisle to marry my baby brother, her skin was completely glass again. Less than 24 hours and it completely got rid of that bump. Nothing works like these do. I always stock up. I don't even travel without them. I won't go on a road trip an hour and a half away for one night without those. Those are 20% off, and they have over 184,000 reviews. So don't just take my word for it, take the almost 200,000 people that love it too. Then we have the Supergoop Play. So Supergoop definitely has a wide range of discounts. It's around like 20 to 35% off depending on what product you get. But this particular sunscreen is $23 because it's 20% off. Has over 10,000 reviews. I just love Supergoop. I feel like it's a really good product. It doesn't smell a ton like sunscreen. It just also feels very nourishing. I don't feel like sticky and greasy when I wear it. So I do have a variety of products from them, but that's definitely like, especially this time of year, the one product that I want to encourage people to buy the most. Again, I take my SPF serious. This gigantic tub of Cerave Moisturizing Cream, 27% off. It is now $15. This has over 144,000 reviews. It is genuinely such a good, just like all over moisturizer or face moisturizer or like self-tanning moisturizer. It really doesn't matter what you need it for. It's going to work and be just so hydrating. But one of the things that I like about Cerave versus maybe some others is it doesn't have a harsh scent and it doesn't like linger and feel slimy. So my son Roman, he has kind of a tendency to have eczema, and sometimes I can just like put that on there and the next morning that little patch is totally gone. The Cetaphil Daily Facial Cleanser. So there is a gentle facial cleanser. That one I think is a little bit too hydrating for oily skin girls. This is the Daily Facial Cleanser. 29% off, now $11. This was actually recommended to me, I was maybe like 11 or 12 by my dermatologist. I mean, it has just been one of the longest running products that I've ever used. And I will say, as a rosacea girl, I used to have crazy flare-ups with my like clean skincare. And as soon as I switched back to this one, my rosacea was like, oh, thank God. And it like went away so quick. I will say though, so this set, I prefer to travel with the gentle like the gentle facial cleanser, and then I just like when I'm home will use the daily facial cleanser because when I travel I get really dry skin. So this does have a little 2-pack, and that's a nice way to try it out if you aren't sure which one will work for you. Neutrogena makeup wipes, I'm going to be honest, it doesn't matter what kind or scent or what's in it. I think they're all the same, but I don't use makeup wipes to remove my makeup, so that could be why. I keep one with me every single time I'm doing my makeup because I tend to put product on the back of my hand, and that's the quickest way to get it off. But I also saw someone who was like, if you get makeup on your clothes, use a makeup wipe. It's there to remove makeup. And I started doing that and I was like, oh my God, why haven't I been doing this before? So if I get a little makeup like spot on my actual shirt, I can just quickly use this, and I would say like 8 out of 10 times it works. That is 29% off. So right now $14 with 5,000 reviews, and I do believe that is for a 2-pack. Now into a couple Shark products. The Shark FlexStyle is 43% off. So right now $200 has 6,000 reviews. I have told y'all like my love for Shark really did just not come out of nowhere, but I fell in love with them when I met them at the YouTube Holiday House. That team is amazing. And I love that they have really looked at other brands and gone, why are you making it so expensive? We're gonna make it for a much more affordable price and it's gonna perform exactly the same. So they have refined a lot of their products. They have worked so hard to get you your best bang for your buck. And the Flex Styler is right at $200. Now, they do have a couple color options available. They're a little bit more expensive, but the cheapest price I see is like $200 for sure. And then the Shark Glossi 2-in-1. So 33% off now, $120. This is my baby because it's called the Glossi, and it is going to make your hair look so shiny and silky. It's almost bizarre. Like the very first time I used this, I was like, wait, how did it do that? It's because it has this little ceramic coating that your hair like passes through, and it genuinely makes your hair shine unlike anything else. Just definitely be careful because if you do a lot of pulling, even if the heat setting is low, it can pull the hair out, obviously, which is true for any hot tool out there. Can't remember if I said it, but 33% off, so $120. And then we have the Shark Facial Pro Glow. So this is kind of like a at-home hydrofacial. It's 25% off, so right around $300. I do know that this is definitely up there in price. Again, like Amazon Prime Day is when I like to stock up on things that are a little bit more expensive, and I do start shopping as soon as the Nordstrom sale hits in July. Like I start Christmas shopping during that. And this is one that like I personally have. Now they did send it to me, and every time I've used it, even just like to clear the gunk out of my pores, I'm always like, ugh, the water in there is so gross, and my skin looks so much better. Now, because I have super sensitive skin, this is not something that I do on a regular basis, but again, just like congestion right around here in my nose, it makes the biggest difference. I do also like that it has a heated and cooled kind of like fancy gua sha attachment to it as well. And I will sometimes use that, like when I'm sick, I will like just put the cooling one like right up next, and it feels so good. So definitely still a lot, but I wanted to include it. And then the final product is my new favorite. So the Gold Bond Plumping Collagen Cream. 31% off, now $17. And I actually didn't even go pick it up. Let me go grab it from my nightside table. At this point, I am kind of a lotion snob, but if you get put in the nightstand, like you're a big deal. This is an 8-ounce bottle. It is the Plumping Collagen Body and Face Serum Lotion, clinically shown to visibly plump and boost skin hydration by 50%. Now, I did use this on my face and I felt like it worked good, but I will say I was a little peeved. There was a dermatologist with like 1 million+ followers who screenshotted one of my Gold Bond like TikToks and used it in her content. Didn't even tag me or nothing. And I was like, just like a little tag, something. But one of the things that she was talking about is all the Gold Bond products in there that she loves. So I will go ahead and just link all of my Gold Bond favorites. I have many. Mine that I was actually talking about there was the retinol like body lotion that got rid of my stretch marks that people still say can't happen, but I literally don't have stretch marks anymore. So yes, it can. But this, I mean, it is just so hydrating. I put this on my legs, and even like, again, I've tried it on my face and I really liked it for that too. So you can't really go wrong. The beauty on this sale is beyond amazing. And click that subscribe button, guys, because I am not done. I am coming back tomorrow and bringing you so many good deals. I do think we're gonna talk more kitchen, appliance, home stuff, rather than like fashion that I've already discussed in day one, and then beauty as well. But the beauty's so good. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.